A sure sign of spring. The warmer weather is bringing these little mini icebergs down the Hudson River. Remember when I said I was looking for a location to mount my Midland GMRS radio? I really didn't have anything up front under the dash or under the seats like I did in my Jeep JK, where I could hide this out of sight and out of mind. So just like I did in my Jeep JK, I bought a 10 or 12 foot long extension cable. It's going to plug right into the microphone port there on the radio. And I'm going to run it underneath the trim and up underneath my dash up to a new location. To install this meant that I was going to have to pull apart a lot of the dash, but I decided to do it because I had other things that needed to be done or checked on while I had the dash apart. As I mentioned in my previous video, I had stated that all I needed to do was to drill a round hole, insert this outlet into the blank plate that was right there alongside of my power inverter, and that was going to allow me to relocate my GMRS radio microphone up here to the dash. And I'm happy to say that was just as easy as I thought it was. Once I got the dash apart, I popped out this plate, and it was only held in with some tabs at the top and bottom, but it was a lot easier to get to with the dash pulled apart. And I drilled the hole, I inserted the outlet, I screwed on the retaining nut on the back, and then I hooked up the Cat 6 cable and ran it back to my GMRS radio, and everything works fantastic. And now all I have to do is plug the microphone in right here. And I'll probably put a microphone holder up here in front. But once that's plugged in, then I can get to everything right up here in front. I can turn it on. I can make all my changes as far as channels, volume, and all that type of stuff. One thing I like about these two, you can also choose the background color. I chose blue because it's a little easier on the eyes at night. But this is a completed project, and on to the next one. And another one of the little projects that I needed to work on when I had the dash apart was this microphone. This microphone is for hands-free talking through my receiver. There's a very, very long wire that runs from the receiver to this microphone, and there was so much wire that the technician had kind of rolled it up and then secured it together with a zip tie. The issue was that the technician did not secure the coil of wire, so over a period of time, the wire itself kept migrating out from behind the dash. Looked like I had a snake spewing out from up behind the plastic. The fix was very simple. While I had the dash apart, all I did was to pull the wire taut, get it back into place, and then I used a piece of Gorilla Tape to secure it to the back side of the dash, and that has held it very securely. So while I had the dash apart, one of the other things I wanted to do was to check on this climate control unit. For some reason, I lost any lights that I had in it. So at nighttime, it was completely dark. I pretty much knew, what the buttons went to anyway, so it wasn't really a big deal, but it's just nice to have everything working as it should. And like I said, with the dash open, it was just a matter of removing the climate control unit from the dash, and then I was able to check the back side of it, and I found that there was a bulb on the left side and a bulb on the right side. The bulb on the right side was so loose that I could turn it with my fingers, so I tightened that back up into place, and I checked the left side, and that was kind of like one of the old marker type bulbs, where you place the bulb into a plastic base, and then you insert it into a hole and then twisted it, and that made the contact. And this bulb looked the same, but the entire unit was one piece and it was completely burnt out. I called my local auto parts store. They looked it up and they said they do not carry the bulb. They said that's a dealer item only. So then I called my Chevy dealer, and the Chevy dealer looks it up and they said, oh, no, no, that's not a replaceable part. You need to buy the entire climate control unit, which I was not doing. I know there are companies out there like Dorman who make aftermarket parts for vehicles. I've done a lot of checking on the internet, both on eBay and Amazon, and just a general internet search, and I haven't found that same bulb. So if any of you have any experience, in trying to locate one, by all means, please just drop me a comment down below, and I'll be glad to check it out. Now, since I did this in the daytime, I wasn't sure if just tightening up the bulb on the right-hand side was actually going to, fix the problem there. So that's going to have to wait until sometime during the night when I can come out, turn the lights on, and see if that did the trick. And even after getting into a number of Chevy forums, everybody had the same issue. They were told that in trying to find that bulb, it was going to be a dealer type item only. And then they checked with their dealers and got the same answer that I did, that you were going to have to purchase the entire new climate control unit. This is the bulb I was talking about that illuminated the left side of my climate control unit. This is actually what illuminates the fan speed switch. And I haven't been able to find this anywhere on the internet. I've done a lot of checking, can't find it. I thought maybe the bulb would pull out of the socket, and that's not the case. This is all one piece. And just tightening up that one bulb that was on the right hand side, you can see it illuminates everything that I didn't have before. The only thing that other little bulb apparently lit up or lights up is the fan control. So I guess I've got enough there to see anyway, but I'll look and see if I can get the other bulb somewhere. I bought this 5-pound Flame King propane tank probably about a year ago or so. It's been sitting in my storage. I figured it's probably about time to get it filled up. I called my local U-Haul dealership to see if they could fill a 5-pound tank, because I've heard that some places will and some won't. He said that they have filled 5-pound tanks before, but they've had trouble with ones that aren't purged. And I pointed out when I got there that this one, according to the label on the top of the tank there, says that it's vacuum purged. And it just so happens that this is a Flame King tank, and they sell the same brand inside their store. I didn't see any 5-pounders there, but they do sell the 20-pounders, and he said they're a good tank. I bought this one on Amazon. I'd been watching the tank for a while just to see if it would go on sale, and it finally did. But then I also saw where the same tank with a gauge went on sale for the same price. So that was a no-brainer for me. I went ahead and I bought the one that has the gauge built into it. I know a lot of people get confused with, 5 gallons and 5 pounds, stuff like that. This is a 5-pound tank. It holds, I think it was 1.4 gallons of propane, which came to $6.37 to fill this. Well, now that my 5-pound tank is filled up, I'm pretty well all set for camping. About the only thing I have left to do, I have a 20-pound tank, and I bought the kit from Mr. Heater to refill the fuel kegs. And I have 4 of these, and I just want to get them filled up, and then I'll be all set for camping this summer. Here we're looking at one of the supports to my crossbars. As you can see, there's 2 holes, one of which has a rubber grommet. I installed the rubber grommet because that's where I'm going to install one of my LED pod lights. I'm installing 2 pod lights on the driver's side and 2 on the passenger side, and those will be wired into the switch panel inside the van. The lights are all installed. They're just not wired in yet. But boy, those things are going to come in handy with nighttime camping. And this ladder has helped me so much. I am so glad that I got it. And with the warmer weather, I was able to get my LED pod lights mounted. And I've got 2 on the driver's side, 2 on the passenger side. They are all installed and they're all wired in. And I haven't tried them at night yet, but I'm sure that they're going to light up the area really well. I got my water pump all mounted, and that's in preparation of installing the sink and the faucet. I had to change out the fittings that came with the pump. They were straight fittings, and you can see there I found a pair on Amazon that were angled 90 degrees. The one on the right is the intake, and that will have a tube that will connect down into my water jugs. And the one on the left-hand side is the discharge, which will feed out to the faucet or anything else. Hi everybody, I want to give you a little update on my website as well. If you've checked it out, I thank you very much. If you haven't, please check it out because I'm always updating the content, trying to keep everything nice and fresh. As you can see, even here on the merchandise page, I've already started expanding the list of things here. One thing that I wanted to bring to your attention is right up here on the top, and that's this tab entitled Nomad Jobs. If you're out on the road and you're looking to try to work from the road, I've tried to put a list of different contacts here to help you do just that. You're going to see something like, Work Camper News here. A lot of people are familiar with Work Camper and Work Camper Jobs. If there's anything that you don't see that you'd like to see me place on here, please fill out my contact form, which is right up at the top, and I'll be glad to add that onto the site. Again, thank you very much for watching my videos, and I hope you get a chance to check my website out.